What's up, guys? Welcome back to another prediction show for UFC 294 going down in Abu Dhabi. You got Kamaru Usman fighting Khamzat Chimaev, also stepping in on an late notice fight, I should say. And
I'm gonna go out and say it right now.
gosh, I am so nervous right now.
This card is better now than it was before. Don't get me wrong. I really wanted to see the Oliveira fight and Islam fight for the second time because I think Charles would have fought a totally different fight. But who does not want to see Alex Volkanovski fight Islam again after a lot of questions were not answered in the very first fight? And just to top it off, Kamaru Usman and Khamzat Chimaev have been talking trash for a very long time. And we get to see him at 185, where I think both of them will be better than they are at 170. But Priest, this is a prediction show. Let's get into it. Me and Priest will be predicting the co-main event. So kicking things off in the co-main event, you have Kamaru Usman taking on Khamzat Chimaev. Kamaru Usman is a plus 285 underdog, while Khamzat Chimaev is a minus 360 favorite. Priest, what do you got going down in this fight?
What makes Khamzat Chimaev so good is the ability to do a full-fledged sprint across the octagon and instantly get his opponent in a single leg or a double leg onto the mat. And I have a feeling that he's going to do that to Kamaru Usman because what makes Khamzat so good is he makes fighters feel uncomfortable, and he makes them make the first mistake possible and easily slip them into a submission. And I very well see that happening in this fight against Kamaru Usman. But Kamaru Usman is a dog. But I have a little concern that Leon Edwards head kick that he did. Dude, I feel like that's really played a toll on Kamaru Usman. He's been a little bit of reactive instead of proactive with his punches. But once he starts getting going with his punches, that dude's a full-fledged boxer, and he can land that right hand at any moment in the fight like how he did against George Masvidal. But Khamzat, that man is on cloud nine. He's undefeated, and I have the feeling that he can become champion, and it very well can happen.
So you're rocking with Khamzat?
Yes.
Oh, he's taking Khamzat. I think Khamzat, like you said, is an incredible fighter. And throughout this process of moving up to 185, he's done it perfectly. Take the time. Take the year off. Start building muscle. Start getting used to your body at 15 pounds heavier. And he doesn't have to kill himself to make 170 anymore. But I think he's just dangerous for the first round. I truly think so. I think he's a crazy ball of just fire that's just sprinting out of the octagon, throwing 100% punches, just trying to rip everyone's head off. And I think that's his own kryptonite. You saw it in the Gilbert Burns fight. Gilbert weathered the first round of him. Yeah, Gilbert got dropped. Yeah, Gilbert looked like he almost got finished, but he weathered the storm. He came out in the second round, put it on Khamzat, and even in the third round, arguably won the fight. So I think if Kamaru Usman can come out into this fight, be a little reactive, that's okay for the first round, weather the storm, let Khamzat muscles start building that lactic acid in them and start to feel it. And don't get me wrong, this is a high-pressure fight for Khamzat too. He's fighting a world champion, a champion that had dominated the welterweight division for over 4 years. And so this is a big test to Khamzat Chimaev, but a thing that he does really well that's going to hurt Kamaru Usman is he throws a lot of feints right into a level change. You saw it in the fight with Gilbert Burns. He throws a big right overhand, but instead of going through with it, boom, straight into a level change to take him down. So if Kamaru Usman can be aware of a lot of the feints, I think it's going to stop a lot of takedowns. And I'm going to go out there and say, I'm saying it right now, Kamaru Usman will finish Khamzat Chimaev and beat him, and he will be fighting for the world title next year. Mark my words. Your Mystic Priest. It's time for me to start making some great picks right here. So Kamaru Usman, come on.
On a late notice fight?
I think so.
No, there's no way.
Honestly, a lot of people think it's harder for a short notice opponent to come in and fill in than someone who's been preparing for this long. But I think it's harder for them. Because you got to think about it. He's been thinking about Paulo Costa for so long. and someone who's bigger, longer, and can wrestle. But someone who's coming in on 10 days notice, he's got to completely switch his game plan. He's been training 9-10 weeks for Paulo Costa, and now in just a week and a half notice, he got to come in for Kamaru. And what does Kamaru got to lose?
Nothing.
He's going up to 185, a division he's never been in before.
Gets a title shot if he wins.
Gets a title shot if he wins. So he's fighting with zero pressure.
Yeah.
Against a guy who is very well dangerous, yes, but someone that I think is beatable. So that's why I'm rocking with Kamaru Usman. So Kamaru Usman, Khamzat Chimaev. We are 0 for 1. I'm excited to see who gets a laugh in the recap show about this fight.